talk about Google Ads. And during the last lecture, we talked about SEO. SEO is what we do for free in order to get higher in search results. SEO needs time. SEO needs effort. SEO needs good decisions that we are not going to be able to know that they're good decisions or bad until we let it run for a while. So we need time to evaluate as well. And also use the evaluation metrics of Google Analytics and anything else that we are going to use. An additional tool, an additional digital marketing tool that we can use is advertising, digital advertising. And we're going to talk about placing an advert in many platforms, especially social media platforms. Today, we're going to talk about Google Ads. So why should we use Google Ads? When should we use Google Ads? And what are the options for using Google Ads? This is, I would say, not compulsory for your project, but placing, suggesting digital marketing campaigns to your customer, to your selected company, is part of the project. And using just the free stuff, meaning SEO, the free social media profiles, the free development of the website, is not enough. Especially if you are not a company that you're top in the selected industry. So sometimes we need to, cheat our way into the game. And placing an ad is always a very good decision in order to get immediate, instant exposure to the target audience we are looking for. Sometimes we may use an ad to access a target audience that we want to experiment with. So we want to see what the result will be. So keep it in mind that you can suggest an ad. It can be on any social media that we will start next week, or it can be on Google, or it can be in both. It's up to you what you want to use. But if you select to use an ad, it has to be complementing the free stuff. I'm calling it the free stuff. So whatever you do for free, SEO, the website, SEO, social media profiles, the free stuff, then whatever we pay needs to complement the free stuff. Keep that in mind, please. Now we're going to have a theoretical first, and then we're going to go into practice. Okay, so this is the link. I want you to follow this one. I will let you know when we go and have a tutorial. So why should we use Google Ads? And the answer, the most important answer I have for you is that because your competitors are using it. So as I've said, we can use it to expose ourselves in a new market, in a new target audience. But even in our own field that we are, marketing towards that audience, sometimes we are left with no option that also using ads if our competitors are using them. There's an example here. I have Googled Google AdWords. And as you can see, the first result is the Google Ads website. So this is the one that gets first place because it deserves it. As you can see from the top ones, we have a competitor, OpiumWorks, which is one that specializes in AdWords. We have Cobiro.com, another competitor that also, tries to get some of the market, some of the traffic, some leads from those keywords. And then we have Google AdWords. This is the same website as an ad, the one that you see here. Same one. So the question is, why is Google spending money to place an ad where they come first in normal results? And as you know, if I click this result, it's free, it doesn't cost anything. If I click this result, it will cost. The person, the company that placed the ad will pay money to Google. And I will explain how the top 3 ads appear and how much you get charged. for each one. So why should Google place an ad there when they come first in normal results? Because users, they're not as yourselves, that you understand that this is the normal result and these are ads. There are a lot of people out there, so when they Google something, the first thing they see, they click on it. They think it's a normal result. Although there's an indication there, ads, they don't understand it. So the competitors are trying to get some traffic on their way by stealing, in quotes, it's a fair fight. You can do it with their keywords as well. Try to steal some traffic from your deserved #1 first place result into their, cheating way of getting the traffic. So this is a technique. It's, it's fair enough. And if you use it, you're going to have to tell me what are you trying to do with it. So once we go with tutorial, the practical one, let me show you. I have a checklist for you. There you are. That you need to follow. So in case you are going to use a Google ad for your project, it could be one of you takes it. It could be two of you take it. It could be the whole team handles it, or none of you. You need to follow this checklist. You need to satisfy and give me answers to this checklist. So I'm going to come back to this when we have the practical, and I will explain further. Now, as you may know, ads appear in Google search, the Google search page, also in other search sites like Google Play, Google Shopping, Google Maps, and also search partners. It could be the case that a website uses the search engine in their website. So when you search for something in their website, you can find results only in their microcosm, not in the whole World Wide Web. Google allows you to incorporate the search engine inside your website. So just search your content. And there you can also have ads. As you may not know, Google is generating billions of revenue from Google Ads. It's like the #1 revenue stream for Google. By the way, a little bit historical information. #1 search engine, which was Yahoo, did not separate ads from normal results. They let the users think that those were normal results. Google said, no, I'm going to inform people, this is an ad. If you want to click on it, go ahead, but it's not there because it deserves it. Types of ads that we have. Search ads, we're going to have a tutorial on this. These are important. And these are the search ads. We have display ads. And I will show you examples. I have them here in the slides. Video ads, and I'm mostly talking about YouTube here. I'm not going to cover video ads today, but I will cover them when we go to YouTube. So they are considered YouTube ads if you use video ads, and application ads. So these appear in Google Play Store, promoting your application to the selected users. Today, I want us to have those two, search and display. So this is an example of a search ad. Somebody searches for something and appears, it's a text-related ad. These are display ads, the banners that you see at the top, the banners you see maybe on the right-hand side over here. If you look closely, when it's from Google, you will see those indications at the top right corner. So those are advertisements coming from Google. If you have a website, you can be you can enroll in the Google advertising platform to receive ads and display them to your audience. And if they click on them while they are on your website, you get a proportion of the money. Did you know that? So you can actually be the ones advertising. In this assignment, you are the people that advertise, or you can be the people, not in this project, but in real life, you can be people that have created a very good website, and yet you place an area in your website on the right-hand side, maybe a banner, and then you connect with the Google advertising platform program, and Google generates adverts for you. You select the criteria, the categories, you can specify what you don't want them to display. Give me 1 second, please. All right, apologies for that. I told you what was about. Let's continue. Are you with me? Can I get a small confirmation?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Apologies. So display ads. People can get on their website, Google, to generate adverts for them. You set up the what categories you like, what categories you don't like to see there, and Google generates them. I know what you're thinking. Sometimes people say, okay, I'm going to create a blog. I'm going to assign some space for the ads, and then I'm going to go to that site and click on them myself. Therefore, I would generate revenue, and I would get the proportion that I deserve. Well, Google understands it, takes the IP address, and you will be blocked. So, you cannot fool Google. So it has to be from different people clicking on your ads on the website, the ads on your website, not your ads, in order to get the commission that you deserve. Now, we are the part.
I have a question.
Yes, Paragalo.
Do Google ads are PPC ads?
Yes, but they can also be per impression and also per mil, so every 1,000 impressions. But mostly they're pay-per-click, yes. Depending on.
So you pay before or you pay after the advertise is done?
No, you pay during. So you say how much is the budget, and if you visit your account every day, you will see that it's reducting an amount of it, and it will run the ad until it takes all of your money, or until the period that you run it ends. But most probably it will take all of your money. Let's
Okay,
start.
thanks. No.
No, we will see that when we go inside.
Dimitri, can I ask you something about in terms of profit, basically?
Yes.
If you let Google run your advertising, you're missing the opportunity, so you can send direct to potential clients. Is that correct?
Again, compare it to what, Panayoti?
Okay, let's say if that space, I can send it to any client I want for
Send
better
what?
money.
Send what?
The advertising space I have on my website.
Ah, okay. No. Okay, I got it. No.
So I can
what's
send it
best?
to any client I want for better money. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
so
go.
Collaborating with Google. So at the end of the day, I may miss making more profit.
You are right, but the question for you is, do you have an offer? So
That's correct. Yeah.
Most of people will say no. At the beginning, do you have anybody interested to place an ad? And if you do, are they willing to pay, as much money as you will gain by, let Google run it? So it's something that we need to compare. It's not a right or wrong.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
But for example, if I'm Sigma Life, that I have a very, popular page that is, I will keep the banner open and I'm gonna go to different interesting people and say, would you like that? It's 10,000 euros. But if I'm a new, starting a blog and I want to get some, revenue, I want to let Google handle it. And also, if you, have the cooperation, you also need to check that your affiliate, your partner is happy with it, with the exposure. So you need to provide the statistics and so on and so forth. It's a mess.
Yeah.
A very good point. So what I'm interested mostly, search and display ads. Let's see, video, YouTube ads are these ones. So the ones that we skip when we watch YouTube, or the ones that we see on the top right corner in the suggested videos, or when we search for something, the ones that come at the top. So I will cover this when we go to the YouTube chapter. And last but not least, the application ads. So when somebody's searching for, most probably on a mobile device, your application may appear as an ad at the top, so people can go and download it and install it. So it's something if you want to consider suggesting to your selected company. We also had shopping ads, but I think these are dying if they're not dead already. So if you search for something, they appear and they give you the price, you click on it and you go to the checkout immediately. I haven't seen this in a while. If they're not dead, they're dying. I mean, Google are not even presenting them anymore. All right. We are going to learn more by trying it out. So I will say more about it as we continue. So let me share my screen. And let's get started. So this is the link. I'm gonna place it in the chat. I am assuming you have a Google account. Oh, that came in. My laptop, I will share my screen, don't worry. I know that it's not shared yet. I need to open it up. Let me take this away. All right, now I'm ready. By the way, next week we're starting with social media, so please, if you do not have already accounts for Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, please create. All right, advertising platform for Google. Start now. You can follow me, or you can watch the tutorial and repeat it afterwards, but I strongly encourage you to try it out. It's something that you need to be familiar with. You mean register your company to Google Ads, Despina, you mean? Yes, of course you can. Just go to Google Advertising Platform, register your company. Let me see if it's here.
Is it mandatory to have a website?
Well, you need to have a landing page. You need to have somewhere to send when they click the ad. I haven't tried it for a while, Despina, so I'm not sure if it's changed. I have been using it to have on my website and accepting. So, I know the progress for that, but I haven't registered my company or anything for Google to show it to the partners. But I think what we're going to do today will answer the question. Let me show you what I mean. So over here, I have multiple accounts here. Let's assume you don't have any. So we're going to go new Google Ads account. So I'm assuming you don't have any. This is something you need to do only once. I'm just doing it now so you can follow me. And once we get to the starting page, I will stop and go back to the checklist on the slides. Right. You should be seeing this page. Do not click anything. This is for the people that don't understand what to do. We are experts, so we're gonna switch to expert mode. Now, I have this in my slides as well. Here's the walkthrough. That's the step number 1. There's step number 2, and I'm showing you where to click. That's it. Also, I'm demonstrating it now. So after you click here, switch to expert mode, we are going to go to the dashboard of our Google Ads account. Okay, came here, which is the starting point. Very good. So can I have a confirmation who's with me on this page?
I'm with you.
Thank you, Barayotis, Sodiris, Irini. Anybody else? You may select not to follow me, just observe, I'm fine. Just tell me if you're having any difficulty getting to that stage so I can help now. So, as I've said, a checklist is given to you and you need to follow it. A checklist will be given for everything in order for me to be able to mark against that checklist. So it's fair to everybody. With regards to the Google Ads checklist, the first thing you need to do is to select the goal. And I'm talking about the business goal. I'm talking about why you are going to place a Google Ad. This is something that you express in plain English, not in technical terms. For example, let me give you one. I want to get 100 sales on my new product, this bottle of water. I want to get 50 new unique visitors to this landing page in a period of 2 weeks during start of December until Christmas time. That's it. So the goal you started on by saying, I want to, and then you fill up the gaps. What do you want to establish with this Google Ad campaign? That's it, something that everybody needs to point out. And number two on step 1 is where we are right now. You select the campaign goal that matches the business goal, what I have mentioned before. So if I am to, get 100 people to buy this product, then I'm going to select sales. Alektonado, do we have any questions? Okay, sorry, Destina Dorado Ida, I'm glad you found it. Then I gave the link at the top. If you click that link, I think it will be the same thing. That's glad you found it. So, by the way, if you hover the mouse over each one, it gives you what kind of campaigns you can run with this goal, with this campaign goal. So you can see a search ad, a display ad that we are interested. There's the shopping there, video ad. Leads, so that means get new leads coming to your website. This could be new leads. So you can search and display, once again. Website traffic, so get the right people to visit your website. So it will show it to people according to the settings we will be pointing out in the next steps. We'll get people to visit your website. Product and brand consideration, brand awareness and reach, app promotion, and so on. To be honest, I haven't tried all of them. I haven't met anybody that has tried all of them. And you know, I mean, it's seriously, not just, you know, I've tried it once just to see what it does. In my experience, what I have used and it works is sales and website traffic. That I can tell you my experience, and I can tell you that it works. Website traffic is to get people to visit your website, your landing page. Sales is to promote for a conversion. Acquisition, conversion. And it could also be retention. Next thing, I'm not saying don't use the other ones. I'm just saying I haven't used it. Feel free to experiment with them and see which one matches for your selected company. So today we're gonna do one sales search and one website traffic display. Let's try with the first one. So I'm gonna select sales. It comes down and I'm gonna be using a search ad. You click on that. So I will present search and display, nothing else. These are the top of the three most popular. The third one is the video ad, which we'll see when we do YouTube. Select the ways you would like to reach your goal. Don't select anything here, just go to continue. All right, go to continue, and we're gonna go now to step one. So right now, we're here. Step two of the checklist, step one of the ad. So I have selected my goal, which is to get in 1 month's time 100 new purchases. Therefore, I have selected sales search ad. I have answered step 1A, step 1B. Now I'm going to go to step 2. And we are here. Because I'm going to be, you know, I'm sharing my screen. Please stop me if you need me to clarify something. And if you can use voice so I can hear you instead of typing this time. And I'm going to have a look at the chat every time to see if I'm missing something. So that would be, as an example, our Christmas, well, let's go for Easter. Easter sales promotion. One. That's one campaign that you can, it's a campaign. And as you know, we said we need to use short-term campaigns. So you need to define the starting and ending date of your campaign. You cannot let it run forever. I cannot mark long-term campaigns. There you are. Despina, I think it was Despina. The question you asked, if you let it checked, it will show your ad in the search network of the Google search partners, search and display networks. So this is probably what you ask will promote your ad that we're going to create on any website that has enrolled on this program. And, you know, it's having a banner, a space there to show ads generated by Google if they match the criteria. So you don't need to list your company. You just need to create an ad for the company. I think it was Despina. All right, let me move on. You can let me know. Now, we're going to take this off. I mean, it doesn't matter for us right now because I'm just going to mark the campaign. We don't have time to evaluate this. In real life, you can do whatever you want, but if you leave this checked, they will, Google will eat your money faster. By taking them out, the only one, the only platform that your ad will run will be the Google search page, the original one. Show more settings. Let's see what we have here.
It
Paragalo.
will eat your money faster, but I think it will bring better results.
So yeah, I agree with you. It's debatable. I agree with you. And sometimes we do want to eat the money faster, therefore have faster results. No, you're right. I don't want to, I'm not saying it's a bad thing if you include them. You are correct. I'm just saying if you do include them, make sure you understand what you are doing here. And sometimes some websites, they are not even professional ones, and they register for them, and then they hire people to click on the ads from different IP addresses. So some clicks may not be accurate. But you're right, I'm not taking a place here. I'm just saying I don't care what you do here for the assignment. Start and end dates. This is important. Let me see. It's not here, but I'm specifying it that I do need start and end date for all of your campaigns. So you need to set this up. So we're gonna start this in 1st of May. Okay, sorry, 1st of April. And I'm gonna run this for 1 month. So we're gonna go up to the 1st of May, which we will prepare for the launch of the product. So it's like gonna be a pre-launch. Purchase it now and getting discounted. There's an idea. On the 2nd of May, it will go available for the general public. Get it now in a discounted price. The duration of an ad is debatable. You can ask anybody, they can tell you different parts. My opinion is that more than a month, it's not ideal. You need it to be short term, 3 weeks, a month, 5 weeks, debatable, because you need to make improvements fast. If 1 month runs out, you check the statistics and you run it again, if you want. You don't let it run forever, because then it will narrow down, Google will narrow down, expand the spending of your money based on the duration. So my opinion, that's what I'm doing. I always assign a month, 3 weeks, that's okay. 5 weeks, plus minus 1 week, in order to see the results of it, compare with the statistics, see what worked and what did not, and then run it again. I guarantee you, if you have not run a Google ad before, you will be surprised by how many people you expect to get and how many people you actually get. You will be, not pleasantly surprised. Now, you do that, you take a screenshot. All right, you take a screenshot and you add it in your report. And you're right, we're gonna run it for 1 month because you fill out the dots. Just give me 1 sentence why you did this. Campaign URL, dynamic search ads, ad schedule, I'm not gonna cover in this course. So we go on to the second one, which is the first of the second step of the ad, locations. This is compulsory. So if you do a Google ad, you need to tell me what location you will be targeting. So let's say
we cannot see your screen.
Yeah. How about the rest?
I can see it.
Me too.
No, probably it's the connection. No. So if you want to, I don't know, reconnect, but don't worry, I'm recording this and you can watch back if you're missing something. So as I've said, we are setting a company in Cyprus. Now, selecting Cyprus is not enough. You can enter another location here and start searching. So if, for example, I'm a restaurant in Nicosia, I want to have Nicosia selected. And over here, you can see how many people you can reach. And you have 2 options, target and exclude. Also, we have nearby, but I'm going to talk about target and exclude. This is what you see here in the checklist. includes and excludes. So let me explain what they do. So I'm going to target Nicosia. I've clicked on it, it goes in. I'm also going to target Larnaca because I believe that somebody that sees the ad will be able, he's going to be willing to travel from Larnaca to come to Nicosia to visit my restaurant. That's an assumption. Target. But I'm not going to target Limassol City, exclude. This is a hypothetical scenario. I'm not saying you should do this. I'm just giving you a hypothetical scenario. So I'm now excluding people from Limassol. So anybody that is in Limassol, you can see here, it could be their permanent location or it could be that they're visiting. If they are visiting Google, they do a search and they are in Limassol, the ad will not appear to them. Next thing. So, some people ask me, okay, Dimitri, but if I'm including Nicosia and Larnaca, doesn't that mean I'm excluding Limassol, Paphos, and the rest of the cities? Why do I need to exclusively say, do not include Limassol? The reason is that we will continue and then fill up other settings as well. If somebody matches one of those settings, then they're probably gonna see the ad. If you point here, exclude those people, even if they match the rest of the settings, they're not gonna see the ad. So you do need to state this needs to be excluded. And how does Google Ads work? They first show it to people that match 100% of the settings we will set. Then they show it to people that match 90%, 80%, 70%, and so on. And at the end, they will show the ad to people that match only one setting. That's why I said they're gonna eat your money. Google will make sure, Google, Facebook, anybody will make sure to eat your money, the budget. That's okay, but just be aware how it works. Let me see location options.
Dimitri,
Παρακαλώ.
what about the advanced search and the map? I think there is options also to exclude the occupied Cyprus area.
No. I was going to do that by just typing here. But yeah, feel free. You said I was expanding location options now to demonstrate what do we mean by target and exclude. And as you pointed out, the advanced search is also a tool here. I'm just looking here to tell me, give me a screenshot of this. What will be this, the final product, the final decision? So what locations you're gonna be targeting, what locations you're gonna be excluding at the end of the day. So any advanced, any location options, I don't mind if you play around with them. I'm looking for these answers. And remember, it's not for the business as a whole. It's with regards to the business goal you set up in step 1A. Keep that in mind, please. Don't start excluding like all countries in the world. Now, this is one. As Sodiris pointed out, I think it was Sodiris, you have the advance here to also use a radius. So, for example, if I'm going to do Paphos, I can target Paphos in a radius of 20 miles. All right, I can change that into kilometers, and I can set, for example, 5 kilometers around Paphos. Then I want this to be included. That. I'm going to take this out now.
Can you exclude also on radius?
Let me λεπτό να δω. I know you can do it on Facebook.
Yes, that's why I am doing it on Facebook.
I don't see it here, so my answer will be exclude and then energy to set reduce. Yeah, I don't see it today. Probably there is a reason. All right, moving on. Next one, languages. There you are, it's in the checklist. So you need to answer the question, what language does your customer speak? Now, can somebody tell me why this is important? I mean, if they speak Greek or English, does that mean my ad needs to be in Greek or English? What needs to be in the selected language in order for me to add it? For example, I'm adding Greek. Why should I add this one?
Because it's Cyprus, we speak English and Greek.
Yes, but why do I mean, if somebody speaks Greek, they're gonna search in English, right? So when somebody searches in English, I'm gonna get it from this one. Why do I need to include this in the languages spoken by those people? What is the end game?
Maybe your ad is in Greek.
Then I'm gonna take away English.
Maybe
Yes.
Google translate it automatically.
Well, okay, I haven't thought of that. I haven't, what is it, was it Yana? I haven't thought of that, but it's not the number one. Where are we gonna send people when they click on the link of the ad?
Website.
Website. So if you have on the website multilingual options for them to switch to their spoken language, for example, I can add Russian. It's not because my ad will be in Russian. It means that if they search in English and they find it, once they come to the website, we will have a Russian version of the selected page. That's a little bit more advanced here. I don't know if I have shown you how to add multilingual content on Wix.
Sorry, may I clarify this? You mean so you will have two types of ads? Because in this case, you need to use the different links with different UTMs.
Yeah, it's only one, Yana. It's not two ads, it's only one.
How can it land to the Russian pages in this case?
Oh, no. When you land to the one landing page, there will be, usually we use the flags, and the users will be able to select the flag that they want, and the content will be translated to that language.
Oh, really?
No, on the landing page. Wix allows you to do that. Of course, you need to generate the content for English, Greek, Russian. It's not going to do it for you. You can use an automatic translation like Google Translate, but you want to include the languages here if at the landing page, you will have the option for them to select on their spoken language.
But the tracking link will be one?
Yeah. Same
For
landing
both?
page.
Okay.
No, same landing page. And then, because they're on my website, I can check how many people have used and converted the page to any other language. So that's number two. Now, bidding wave applicable, let's see, Aleptonado, there you are. I don't know if I have it here, and some people ask for it. Yeah, audiences is coming up. So let me follow the list. So I will come back to audiences. It's important. Budget, you don't need to specify. Tax is not part of this assignment for costing. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to, pretend that I know what should be the cost. What I'm doing personally, I'm testing it with 100 euros. 100 euros. And I can see if it works, not every day, so not every day. This is for the duration. So for example, if I'm going to run it for 1 month, So that's 30 days. Let's say, you know, €5 at most. 3, 4, 5 euros. So just to test the waters, if I'm sure what I'm doing, I can increase that. But with regards to our project, you don't need to specify that. Like I say, you don't need to specify. I'm just going to add here 100 so it doesn't stop me for the rest of the settings. It may say it's too little, just to demonstrate the next one. Bid-in, it's part of it. Bid-in way, if applicable. You will see that when we get to display ads, Bid-in way is not applicable. It's only for search ads. So somebody asked me before, is it going to be by clicks, pay-per-click, or is it going to be by impressions? So that means how many impressions, and it will cost me how much. Now, to be honest, I think pay-per-click is the best. So they click on it, you pay. You don't want to pay by impressions. Usually there is a pay per mil, so every 1,000 impressions you pay an amount of money. So I'm going to leave it per clicks, and I don't know why did I have it here, something else that I'm missing. I'm going to strike through over it, and you know, feel free to not mention it unless you're going to select a different way than pay per click. Then let me know your thinking. I would like to read it and see why you may go for impressions instead of clicks. Conversions we're not doing because we haven't set any conversion. I don't want you to use a conversion using here. I want you to actually use Google Analytics to see if it's conversions or not. Yeah, nothing here. So I'm going to go a little bit up and I'm going to talk about this one, audiences, which is part of step 2. Demographics is part of step 2 if you're using a display ad. It's not present for a search ad. Audiences is present in both types. So we expand this one and look at this one. This is your playground. This is your playground. So you can strike, this is what is your target audience? Who are you targeting when they search to see the ads? So you can actually try searching, but most importantly, you can browse. Who they are, detailed demographics. This is not the demographics that I'm pointing out here. You will see. So in audiences, you need to tell me your selections from this list. So let's see a couple of them, some of them. Who they are. If I expand this one, look at that. I'm getting some subcategories. So for example, parental status, parents of infants, that's me. So if you're a company that's selling products for new parents, you definitely want to come here and check this option. Can I ask the audience, how does Google know that I'm a parent of an infant? Like on the receiving end, how does Google know to show this ad to me if the advertiser ticks it, selects it?
From the user's search history.
Bravo, Despina. So every time I'm searching for something and I'm logged in on my Google account, there you are, Dimitris, and if I have searched anything with related to my newborn baby, Google knows that I have a new baby. Well, at least it will assume that. You can click that, marital status. Single people, I'm just selecting some of them, they go here. So this is the list I want you to screenshot and include in the assignment, in the report at the end. And then give me the explanation, justification, why you selected those in general lines. So single, if I am, a new club, a new place for people to come and join, mingle. I want to target single people because, I want them to come to my new club. If I'm a business that I'm attracting married people, for example, flower shop. and I'm going to have a campaign for Valentine's Day or for, anniversaries. I want to target married people. I don't want to have single people seeing the ad, clicking on it, and then costing money. Education. This is current college students that they are in school, higher education, or you can target people that have a high school, bachelor degree, or an advanced degree. Look at that. Look how much detail Google suggests that they can offer services to us. Usually, for example, this one, if you search for a master's degree, Google can assume that you have a bachelor degree. If you hover the mouse on each one of them, you can see what you get, impressions based on what the settings are currently are. And this is the explanation. Home ownership status. So if you're selling insurance, home insurance, this is what you want to have checked. If you are a developer selling houses or flats, then you want to target those people, renters. I don't think a homeowner will like to purchase a second house. So if you pick that.
When you hover and it says 1 million, 100 million impressions, this is the number, isn't too much for Cyprus?
Well, it has to do, as I've said, Sotiri, it's not, number one, they try to show this to people that match all the criteria. Then to people that match some of the criteria. Then people that match only one criteria. So for example, people speaking English is the one that causing the high number. Actually, that's why 100 million to 500 million weekly.
In Cyprus only?
No, in people that match all of them or one of them or some of them. Let's see. So at the end, we will see the estimates of it at the end.
Okay.
Employment. So people, for example, that they are in the healthcare industry. So if, for example, your ad is for attracting, new corporations, you're selling healthcare equipment, then you want to have people that they're located in healthcare industry. I'm going back and I'm going to visit the second one, what their interests and habits are. So this was the detailed demographics. Look at that. This is once again what their interests and habits are. It's different than what they're searching. What they're interested in habits based on what they're searching. It's different. So we're going to see this one now. So for example, food and dining. I'm a restaurant, so I want frequently dines out. Look at that. So these are people that they have frequently purchased meals at restaurants and other dining establishments. So these are people that probably they are Googling, about a new restaurant. Also, they're Googling about restaurants near them. We don't know what the algorithm, how the algorithm figures it out, but we can assume. Irrelevant of what the company you have selected, there is definitely options for you here. And I'm looking for you for the assignment to make some valid selections. I don't need to agree with all of them, but I need, even if you miss something, that's okay. But they need to be valid and relevant. Shopaholics, look at that, or value shoppers. If you are a gym, then you're looking for health and fitness buffs. You can also select the category and, all of them go inside. Travel, if you are a company that offers travel services. So you can expand further. There you are, luxury travelers. So the campaign for luxury travelers would be differently stated than family family vacationers. Those cannot go together in a single ad. So I'm going to use different wording for family vacations promotions and different wording for luxury travelers. Well, unless the landing page somehow includes both of them. You can see my job, how I'm going to be marking. I'm going to test this and I'm going to see the landing page and I'm going to see the design of the ad and I'm going to say if it's valid and relevant, if they connect together. What they having, what they're actively researching or planning. So let's say education, you can see that study abroad programs. Before we had if they have a bachelor degree, and here we have that they're searching for master degrees abroad. It's a behavior. Employment, like we're searching for internships. Look how detailed. This is something you need to spend some time, go through it, whoever takes it for the team, and decide which ones of those are valid for your selected ad. Restaurant, delivery, and takeout. So I definitely want to select those people if my restaurant offers delivery and takeout services. So this stays the same, huh? So probably it will update once we select all of them. I'm having a feeling that, oh no, it changes here. Anyway, we'll see the final prediction at the end. How they have interacted with your business, this will not produce something because it's not a repeating, we don't have an ad group yet, and combined audiences you're not going to use. So I need your selections from the first, second, and third option in the audiences category as part of the second step of the checklist. Demographics, once again, is not here. It will be here when we do the display ad. Budget, you don't need to specify. Bidding, you can leave it out. Nothing to do here. Site links, I'm not going to explain. If you want to use them, go ahead. Set them up on your own. They're not compulsory. So I'm going to save and continue, and I'm going to move on to the third one. Well, yeah, ad groups. We're not going to create one. So we're going to go to keywords. So step 3, select keywords. So this is the part that to say what keywords you want to people to use in order for your ad to go inside and fight with the other candidates, with the other companies that have placed ads using the same keywords. So you can use the field here. For example, I can say restaurant, yeah, Cyprus. You can have them the one next to each other or the one below the other. And it gives you a daily estimate here. Average cost per click, how many clicks you're going to get, and how much it's going to cost you per day. And we have 3 different kinds of keywords. Number 1 is the broad match. Let me explain them with this scenario. With a space. This one will catch all people searching for restaurant Nicosia. It will also show the ad to people searching for Nicosia only. Sorry, restaurant. It will also show the ad for people searching for Nicosia. So a broad match is both of them, or the first or the second. Any of them. By the way, if somebody searches restaurant Nicosia and they add another keyword like cool restaurant Nicosia, it will show your ad. I mean, your ad will fight with others who will appear in the 3 ads at the top of the results. If somebody adds something in the middle, restaurant close to Nicosia, your ad will go in. If they add something after, your ad will go in. This is a broad match. If you use quotes, then you're asking it to treat it as a phrase. That means nothing can go between them. We can have something after, we can have something before, but nothing between them. So the user must include restaurant and Nicosia in this order in the search query. And finally, if you use the square brackets, that means you want users to exactly search for that. Nothing before, nothing after, nothing in the middle. So can I ask the audience which one will get me more people, more exposure? Is it the broad, the phrase, or the exact match?
The broad.
The broad.
I hope that makes sense. So I'm looking for you to tell me your keywords. Now, there is a very nice tool here that Google offers, two types of tools. You can use if you want. Let me demonstrate it. So I'm going to go back to ucy.ac.cy. I'm going to pick it up. Let me go to the English version. And I'm going to paste it here. Get keywords. It will suggest keywords for me. You don't need to keep all of them. For example, you can say Cyprus International University. I don't want that. University of Cyprus stays in. Cyprus University stays in. Studying Cyprus, very important. So you can get some ideas. PhD in Cyprus. So it gives you some very, very nice ideas in order for you to determine what keywords are, are best to target. Also, if you play smart, competitor benchmarking, you can use your competitors page and see what keywords is suggesting for them and use them for your Google ad. So when they're searching for them, then your ad will appear. Same thing that the OpiumWorks have done here.
Is there a keyword limit?
No, there is not, but the question should be, should we use as many keywords as possible? So this is what these guys have done.
What about the keywords with mistakes, typos?
Bravo. These are also, you need to include them there. Like, for example, Greenglish. Πανεπιστήμιο Kypros. They need to go there.
Dimitri,
Παρακαλώ.
the ideal scenario when you add keywords is in the right table. If you see the maximum number clicks per day, this is the ideal.
A very good question, Sodiri. No, because this is a daily estimation based on your keywords and daily budget only. How about the other settings? The ideal is, based on what we are trying to do here, to get the best, what do we want them to search, based on what we want to establish here. Do not think of what are the best keywords for the company as a whole. Think what are the best keywords for the campaign we are running the ad for. But this is an indication, so it is, of course. Again, I'm looking for valid and relevant.
Basically, you need to have a low average cost per click.
Well, is it, or is it the number of clicks?
I think they are going together.
Yeah, it's debatable. Again, I don't want to look at this when I'm trying to think. I'm gonna have my team and we're gonna brainstorm, and I'm gonna tell them, give me 10 keywords each one, keywords, key phrases. Each one of you, give me 10. And by the way, once you find them and you see which ones produce best, you save them in a text file and then you reuse them. This is gold. This is what marketing experts, probably you, when you graduate, you're going to suggest to your customers. Anybody can use a keyword, but what is the best for me? Keyword, key phrase. And all of them are broad match, all of them. So should we turn something to phrase? Should we turn something to exact match? My suggestion is yes, you need to use all three of them. So for example, Erasmus USI, okay, for this one, I'm gonna be exact. If they use anything else, that's okay. I'm willing to let this go. By the way, look at that, the University of Nicosia. So this is a competitor. So if somebody searches the University of Nicosia, I want my ad to appear there. That's very good marketing, by the way. Also, just want to point this out, there is another option here. So enter products or services. So if I say restaurant, it will produce keywords based on those words. Maxine, so you can use those two to decide which ones you're going to use. Do not leave all of them up. Make a selection. If you leave all of them, then during the presentation, I will be asking, okay, why did you select this one? Why did you select this one? So please go through the list and decide which ones you want to leave there. Save and continue. Number 3, this is where we define the ad. All right, so we are here. Step 4. Ad setup and preview. Screenshot of the final ad needs to go into the report. So let's create one, and at the same time we will see final URL. This is the landing page. You need to have this created in Wix, huh? Whatever that means. Display URL is what you want people to see. You don't want to bother them with the actual URL, what you want them to see. So headlines, it's suggesting some. Let me do some, for example, DK store. And you can see the preview here that is changing, adjusting as we are progressing. Sorry, is there. Go second. And clothing, shirts. Goes third. Over here you can see your ad strength. So you need this to be powerful. Taxi, it's not easy, but at least making a try. Over here you have a preview on the desktop. So I want a screenshot of this. A preview on mobile, I want a screenshot of this. As many headlines as you want. Description. Back to school. Only at DK stores. DK store. Set a new description. 10% off if you purchase before before Easter. Hurry up. Clock is ticking. There. That's all you need to do. Add URL options, no need to have that. So you complete it. You take a screenshot of the mobile view, of the desktop view, and you're done. So you don't need to complete, save and continue. It's gonna take you to billing and it's not gonna let you come back. So please do not proceed further than that. It's gonna insist on you adding a credit card every time you come back. Do not continue from this step. So you can experiment here until you get your best search result. Search ads, you take a screenshot and this is what you submit. With the completed checklist, as I have said, with the answers to each one. So we have any questions?
I have a question, but you say that it's not necessary for the assignment. It's about the budget.
Yeah.
You say 100 euros daily, but when you are adding the keywords, it was like 3 euros per day. What happens to the rest of the 97 euros?
Well, Google will not spend your money, I mean, up to your daily reach. It's gonna try to get to that point, but if it's not gonna make it, it's not gonna spend your money. So if I'm willing to spend 100 per day, then I will have made more changes on the settings. So did it too much that. But Google will not push it. It will try to push it there, but it's not gonna exceed it. Facebook is more aggressive than Google. But yeah, that's my answer. Irene, how many we need to create? Well, that's up to you. But if you decide to have a Google Ad campaign, I just need at least one. Now, I'm just gonna demonstrate very quickly. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna demonstrate here when we select a display ad. So I'm gonna use a website traffic. I'm gonna do a display ad. I'm gonna go continue so we can see the difference. You can see there's only one page to complete. And you have again locations, languages, so it's the same as we have here. We have the beating way, that's why I have it 30 in a row. You can see here, viewable impressions are an option. No, it's not time now to expand on all this. Anyway, I have eliminated, you don't need to elaborate on this one. I need to explain, there is a slide later on, I need to explain that before I explain this. So you can ignore the beating way. Budget as well. And here, additional settings, start and ending date. We do want that. Target, and another lumen. Where is it? I'm missing the audiences and demographics. So let me find it. There should be a setting here that I'm missing. Languages is here. Bittings here. Budget should be here. Devices, is it maybe? No. It's because I have selected them already, probably. Yeah, I will figure it out during the break, and I will show you. But this is when we create a display ad. You can see the difference here, demonstrated in a desktop view and a smartphone. For that, you will need to add images, 2 or more images. That's the landing page right there. So if you add a couple of images, hold on a minute, yes. It's been added. There you are. So save them. And taxi, I'm going a little bit fast, and I want to clarify it better. Listen up. Let's have a short break. So the time is 8:52. Let's say 9:10. We come back to continue, and I will demonstrate probably the display ad, and also talk about the search volume forecast and discover new keywords. Maxine, short break. I'll see you back at 9:10, please. Thank you. All right, let's continue, please. 9:10. Give me an indication that you're with me. And let's go and have a look at the display ad. I rushed it a little bit before. Let's take it step by step according to the checklist that I have shown here. So you can set up a search ad, you can search up a display ad, you can do both, or any other type of Google ad. Now, if you do select the display ad, once again, the checklist is the same, and you will see the extra part here, which is only mentioned for the display. So let's go and have a look. I'm here at the starting page. Website traffic, as I have said, you can use sales if you want, or any other of those. And display ad. So let's see what's the difference. We don't select anything here, just click continue. And we only have one page to complete. Campaign name, it could be website traffic display Easter campaign. The most important point for all ads is the first one. You have to answer the question, why am I creating this ad? Just for the sake of it will not do. It needs to have a purpose. Location, same thing as before. I'm not going to show it again. Languages, same as before. Bidding, you can ignore it. Budget, you can ignore it. Additional settings here. Start and ending date is important. You need to define it. There is an additional setting, devices, which is not in the checklist, but if you want, you can use it to specify target specific devices such as computers or mobile devices or tablets. So for example, you may want this campaign to only reach mobile phones. And if you want, you can go as detailed as defining what kind of smartphones you want to target. For example, only Android phones. Or any device models. For example, only from Android, only Samsung. There you are. Now, what I was looking before, I couldn't find it, was the targeting. As you can see from the checklist, you need to set up the audiences and demographics, and that was right here. By default, it's set to automated. So you need to switch that to manual targeting and define the audience's characteristics using browse. Same thing as before, the first three categories. And here's the additional category we didn't have before. This is the demographics I'm mentioning in the checklist. Some extra settings that Google wants to know when it comes to display ads. You don't have this in the search ads. So female, male, or unknown. Unknown, it doesn't mean they don't know what gender they have. Is that they're not specified. You can see the unknown selection in all of the categories. This is when people are searching without being logged into their Google account, or they could be in incognito mode. Age ranges, look at that. This is what I was pointing out every week with regards to being specific in setting age ranges. So Google thinks 18 to 24 goes together. If Google thinks that's a valid age group, I will agree with it. So for example, you can say, okay, this ad will target this age range, 18 to 34. You can do whatever you want. I'm just saying that these are your options. You cannot differentiate from these. Parental status, for some reason there is the option here, and household income is only valid for US, so don't bother with it. Based on their postcode, they can determine if they are part of the top 10% household income, like for example, Beverly Hills in LA, or lower 50% in some areas, I don't know, for example, in New York. And at the end is when you design the ad. We have a different presentation here. You can see it's a display, so you need to provide images and logos. You click on that, you upload. Let me do a couple of these. Let me do just one. Any image will do. This is what I did before, but I rushed it. Once you upload it, you need to select it. It's coming up. There you are. And you have to click on it in order to, create options for image display and logo display. You need those ratios, so you can set it up accordingly and say select those two ratios and they go in. If you go back, you can use it as an image or as a logo. Another very popular tool here is Scan Website. So you can place the website here, enter, and it's going to bring all images and logos that appear on that website. So if you do your job correctly with regards to setting up the website on Wix, that could be your Wix website. So you bring all your images from your website, and then you can use them just by clicking on them and say select either for images or logo, select two ratios. Save. So once you do that, they will appear here, and then you will see that they will start presented here. Let's go for desktop mode. There you are. So there are different types of display ads. Google will create all appropriate formats. And there's the preview that I need you to screenshot and add in your project report. All of those. Now we have a headline. This is a headline. This is where it appears. We have a description. This is a description. You can just add to it and then see the preview to see where it appears. And I skipped it. This is the landing page URL, which of course it needs to be a valid landing page on your Wix website. Once again, landing pages don't necessarily need to appear on the menu on the website. They can be specifically for these campaigns. That's it. So you fill this up, you see the preview. Once you're happy with it, you take a screenshot and you submit it with the answers to this checklist. Of course, step 3, keyword phrases. In this case, it's right here, content targeting keywords. Let's see, you need to build up your element. Next thing, so after demographics is content. You create the keywords, it's like here. Content targeting. You click on that, select keywords. And then you have to tell me, using the same as before, what keywords you want people to use in order for your ad to get into the pool of candidate ads to appear. Any questions?
I have one about the logo. Where is appearing?
the logo and the image appears here in the preview. So let me see. This is a square, right? So it will appear image ads. So I'm waiting for it. So it's demonstrating on different types. So it is required, Sotiri, to add one square and one landscape. It's compulsory. Now, with regards to where, I think it has to do with the type of the ad, I mean the format of it. It should be one of those. Another, text ads will not include an image, native ads. There you are. So on this type of format, you see the square? Any other question? All right, so let's go further. We talk about this, the Google Keyword Planner. Let me provide the link to you so we can follow up. And here we have two interesting tools offered by Google that we can use in order to get the predictions of what will be. Go to Keyword Planner, click on that. And that's, you need to use the account that we created before. So I'm going to go to, I think this is the last one that I used. And we'll have two options: get search volume and forecast, and discover new keywords. Yeah, go to Keyword Planner. I think we need to select an account. Okay, let's cancel. Just click this one. Because the one we created just now, it's still pending. So I've used one of my existing ones. And there you go. Updated. So the reason that before it was still pending, so you need to wait a little bit. But once you click on your existing account, I mean the created account, it will come to this page. So get search volume and forecast first. If, for example, you say, I want to see what is the expected forecast return, search volume and forecast return for these keywords, digital marketing. If I click Get Started, it will give me an estimation based on previous events. Now, number one, we need to set it up in Cyprus. So if it's not set in Cyprus, you need to edit that and make sure you select the correct country. You can cancel this one and then find the correct country there. Some of you may get United States, that's what I'm saying. And then you can set it up, what is the performance of whatever period you want to have a look at. So if I'm going to run this during April and May, I may want to have a look at what was the performance between April and May last year. It will say you get 100 to 1K monthly searchers. This is actually Cyprus. So there you had a question before, and I told you we'll see it later on. This is the actual numbers. Competition is medium, and these two numbers are important. It says top of page bid. This is the lowest somebody paid to appear at the top of the results in Google Ads. When somebody searched for digital marketing, it was 0.78 cents. I will tell you how the cost is calculated by Google later on today. This is the highest somebody paid, 282. So when somebody clicks on your ad, you pay money. This is the highest somebody had to pay. This is the lowest somebody had to pay for the top result of the ads, of the 3 ads. So this is an example of making, develop the budget that you need before you run the campaign. This is not needed for the assignment. I'm just demonstrating it here. And
what does the competition section mean?
It's like how many actually use digital marketing in their keywords when they created ads. So I don't know the exact number that constitutes medium, but it means that how competitive it is. It says low, medium, or high. It's determined by the number of advertisers bidding on each keyword relating to what we have here. If I do a change here just to demonstrate, I'm going to go to United States just to see how crazy this can get. You can see these are increased, and if I go and change my keywords, let's turn Bobby's a little bit. Here, yeah, insurance. Look how much. And if I do some other, for example, I think it was investing or investments in United States, oops. Low competition, that's it depends on what you
maybe Forex is a better
I was about to type Forex and get started in United States. Oh, just that keyword and primero hagamos entusiasmo, Forex investment. Oh, cargamos and house. Have it just this once, all available. Oh, come on. House insurance. You get some crazy, Edo. I can get crazier than that, Ali.
Try law in America.
Law, okay.
Yes, please.
Like law services or just law? Yeah, it's not Nexi.
Just nothing.
Man, just pay 29 euros per click is rather high, but I can get high. I mean, I've seen like 3-digit numbers. Now let's make car insurance or house insurance. House insurance. So 42 euros per click. This is how Google gets rich. Like I have digital marketing. And by the way, this is in euros. If you switch it to US dollars, it's even more. Digital marketing in March of 2020, you will get for 381 US dollars. Actually, it's been updated, so I can see that they are maybe hiding some digital marketing services. Oh no, it's rather low. Anyway, let me go to the last 12 months. Let me go, and then I'm mixing the maximum number. Anyways, in euros, again, it's rather high. So how do we use that? We use it to develop the budget. This is how you actually know what to expect. You can go to your manager and say, listen up. This is the top of the page lowest. This is the top of the page highest. You can assume something in the middle. So you would say, if we are expecting 100 people to click on the ad, and let's assume somewhere in the middle, so 15 euros. So I need 115 euros for this ad, at least. If you run it like 10 people to click on it every day for 30 days, so it's 30 times 150. This is how you start to develop the budget of this specific campaign. At least you have a metric. So for example, digital marketing services, 5, let's assume in the middle 3 euros. So I'm gonna run it for 30 days, that's 90. And I want at least 10 clicks per day. So I need a budget of 1,000 euros. Let's say it's a good estimation. The other two right here. Yes, please. What is that?
Yes, I have another question in regards to finding effective keywords. Is the Google Trends platform a good site of Google to also see what people are using as search terms?
It is, but let me demonstrate this one, Despina first, and you can tell me if this answers your question. Discover new keywords. So you can start with keywords or start with the website once again. So I'm going to start with some keywords. So for example, I'm going to say Italian restaurants, and I want to find new keywords in Cyprus, English default, get results, and it will show you other keywords by relevance, and it gives you the average monthly searches, the competition, top of page, low and high range, if it exists. So for example, in Cyprus, between March 2020 and February 2021, there wasn't somebody that bid it specifically for La Trattoria. We don't have, or we don't have enough data to display. So this is something that I will encourage you to use in order to find other keyword ideas. And based on the competition, the average monthly searches, top of bid and low and high range, you can make a decision if you want to include those keywords in the keyword section during the setting of the ad. Espina, is this good for you?
Yes.
So Google Trends, to be honest, I don't know if it's better or worse than this one, but I know this one works. I mean, I have, taken the recommendations from Google for this one, and I have actually, found some very good ideas. So if we do that for the house insurance once again, and get results, and I'm gonna switch to United States, the highest, the most competitive market out there. Yeah, look at that, and this is in euros. If I can filter it up, there, 119, USAA house insurance. So look at that. Somebody actually had USAA for some reason, medium, but somebody was willing to pay 119.12 to appear high in the search results. I mean, for as an ad. Because they know if somebody purchases insurance, it will cover that cost even more. So Panayiotis, law services.
Yeah.
Let me see. Wow. Whoa. 588 euros for prepaid legal plans for individuals. You just need to know what to search. Look at that Brooklyn area. So somebody was willing, paid 788.09 euros for one click on this one. But, you know, they're so like confident that when somebody clicks on that, their landing page will be good enough to actually get that person to engage, convert. If they sign that person, it will cover that cost.
Yeah, exactly, because it's a thing like they charging around 5,000 euros per hour.
You said it. Forex, there you are. Wanda Currency Exchange, eToro Forex. These are the highest. I think if we add a couple of more like Forex investing, just add the word investing there, we may get even crazier. No, we did not. Yeah, I think
maybe trading it's a more efficient keyword.
That's not my area, so so law services wins. But you know, if we play around, we're gonna find even more crazier bits. Again, up to you to use it, and those two are excellent with regards to justification. Number one, for the budget. Number two, for what keywords to use. You don't need to do this for the assignment again, but we are not here just for the assignment. Last but not least, how do Google Ads work? There are 32.2 billion in advertising revenue. That's 97% of Google's total revenue. They're doing this very good. They're excellent. They're top of the market. Now, when somebody searches for something, Google finds all ads that match the criteria. As I've said before, they will try to match, number one, all of the criteria. Then if they can't find any, they will match the ads that they are 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and so on and so forth. But the difficulty is to decide who goes first, who goes second, who goes third. Google shows only 3 ads maximum per search query. So, number one says, I'm willing to spend 2 euros maximum bid. This is done when we create the campaign, the ad campaign. And when we set up the bidding, we define how much we are willing to bid. So that's the budget. And over here is the bid strategy. So we can say that manually set bids, and I'm willing to pay, yep, I think it's this one. How much do you want to spend each day? That's the target. I may be missing it here, pay for clicks or viewable impressions, but how much does it let me define it. I think we're gonna get this option once I use a search ad. There is an option to say how much I'm willing to bid to appear at the top of the results. I will show you later on. So each one defined.
Yeah, I have a question about bid.
The
bid is about a certain keyword, right?
It is about the. What's the question?
If my budget per day, for example, is 100 euros, how much my bidding it has to be to make sense? It has to be lower than the budget, right?
It is not going to let you select something that contradicts your daily budget. But I can see here it doesn't let me specify it. What is my bidding range target? Because it's gonna, I maybe need to set this first. No, it doesn't let me go on and set how much I'm willing.
Try to put it per million. The option. Cool.
Like viewable. Oh my God. Viewable impressions. Oh, πρέπει να δούμε cost per mil. Most impressions for your. Ναι, if I go to a search, there is a bidding how much you're willing to bid in order to get at the top of the results. Ένα λεπτό να κάνουμε ένα γρήγορο δάμε. Search. Ένα λεπτό να το βρω. Alright, location, audience, spotted. This is what I was looking for. I don't know why it's not there in the display, but this is what we are setting. So this is what you set up. So I'm willing to spend, you know, as we've seen before, 788 taxi. This is not what you actually pay. So I say, yeah, €1 per click. That's my maximum. So this needs to be in alignment with your budget. So for example, if I said here €1 per day, when somebody clicks on one ad, it's, you know, my budget will run out for that day. It's not going to show the ad again. So is that what you asked? If you say,
yes, so you need like €10 budget if you put €1 bid.
Right, so you need to, but by the way, this is not what you actually pay. This is what you are willing to spend, the maximum. So Google picks up this number and adds it here. So all of us define the maximum bid. I don't know for the displayers, it may be a certain one. Then multiplies with your quality score. I will explain what that is. And you get the ad rank. The highest the ad rank, the first will be shown. So you can see here that advertiser number 2 was willing to spend $4 per click. But the lowest quality score of that advertiser made him appear second. So it's not the most you bid, you win. It's one of the factors to determine your order or if you're actually going to be appear at all. Because this one is willing to pay $8 per click, but the quality score is as low as 1. So if it's 8, it's in 4th place, therefore it's not shown at all. So the question is, and before I tell you what the quality score is, how much do I actually pay when I win if somebody clicks on my ad? Google comes and say, all right, you told me you're willing to pay $2. So what I'm going to do is I will take the ad rank of the direct competitor, the next one on the list, which is 16, divide by your quality score and not 1 cent. And that's how much you're gonna pay me for every click. So it's always below your max bid. That's why the 1 cent. So because the lower the competitor, they have a lower ad ranking. If they divide by your quality score, which is higher, or at most it's gonna be the same, you're gonna get a lower number here. The higher the quality score you have, the lower you pay. The lower the ad rank of the next competitor it is, the lower you pay. So Google is willing to get less revenue in order to reward you for having a high quality score or having the other competitors are far away from you. So this one pays 161 per click, 16, which is the second advertiser, divide by 10, which is my quality score, plus 1 cent. But the second one, once you click on them, will pay 12, which is the ad rank, the final ad rank of the third advertiser, divide by my quality score, which is 4, therefore I'm getting to $3 plus 1 cent, 301. So this one comes second and also pays more when you click on their ad. So it's like a rewarding scheme. Google rewards you for this one, quality score, and the distance from the competition. So what goes in the quality score? This. This is why we say Google is #1. It's the king, is science. Keyword relevancy. Click-through rate, we explain what that is. How many times they see it and compared to how many times they click on it. How relevant is the ad, meaning the design of it, which you have to do for the assignment. The quality of the landing page, so Google actually checks the landing page. It's like what we call SEO applied for an ad. And the historical account performance. So if you are, producing good ads historically, it will increase your quality score. Google rewards and wants good advertisers. So this is what actually you pay. This is what goes at the top bit, what we saw before with the forecast and the keyword ideas here. And that's why you have these strange numbers, because they are determined based on your competition and your own quality score. You don't need to set up the big team, you don't need to set up the budget for your assignment, no need to worry about that. But in real life, you do. Let's first concentrate on developing a good ad, and then we can talk about money in another lecture. Do we have any questions? All right, then I'm going to conclude the lecture here at this point. Next week, we're going to go for Facebook, how we use the free stuff, the free profiling, and how we use the advertising campaign. Thank you very much. Have a lovely night, and I'll see you again next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.